Welcome to the Intern Whisperer Live, the show all about internships and how to survive them. This is Abby.
This is Matt.
Oh, and I keep waiting for Isabella to say this is Isabella.
Yeah, this is the first show ever without her.
Yeah, wow.
And she is the Intern Whisperer, and we're doing the Intern Whisperer without her.
Yeah, wow, that's a interesting character decision right there.
Yeah.
All right, so reminder to all our listeners, you can listen to us or call us live on the air. The phone number is 407-582-2906. And you can also chat with us online through Intern Pursuit's live chat, Facebook live chat. And stay tuned for our new logo reveal pretty soon.
All right, coming up on this episode of the Intern Whisperer Live, we're going to meet Adina. Can you help me with your last name?
Bedenova.
Bedenova?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And she's going to be our guest for tonight.
Welcome.
Our Wildcard Wednesday topic.
Hello.
And
internpursuit.tech launched for early sign-up.
All right, so we're gonna power through our social plugs. I'm nearly not as good as Isabella is at
She's
reading
mastered
these.
it to an art.
Yes, like she makes this an art.
I'm
So
sure
hopefully I'll
it's
make
like
you
that.
proud, Isabella. So how can people find us? You can find us in our Facebook page, our LinkedIn page, our Twitter page at Intern Pursuit, our Intern Pursuit Instagram page, and our YouTube channel. You can also look up the game at Intern Pursuit Game Facebook page, and that's www.facebook.com/Intern Pursuit Game. You can also follow the game on Twitter at Intern Pursuit Game. And just as a reminder, you can still call us live, and again, the phone number is 407-582-2906 on to sponsor time.
All right, we call them patrons now.
Oh, we do.
Yep, it's a
I've
new,
been gone
it's a
for
new
way too
thing.
long.
Yep. So our first patron of the night is RB Advisory. RB Advisory offers cybersecurity services to businesses worldwide. They are security specialists for cloud, computer, network, and compliance issues. RB Advisory addresses active threats to organizations, patching network vulnerabilities, and preventing future attacks to your business and information. Their website is at rbadvisoryllc.com. Thank you, RB Advisory, for being a patron of the Intern Whisperer.
All right, so tonight's guest is Adina Bedenova. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, welcome to the show.
Welcome. We're glad to have you.
Thank you so much. Is this okay?
Yes, that's
Okay.
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so Matt, you want to kick us off?
All right. Oh, first we have some fun updates.
Oh,
We actually had a winner for those Jacob Banks tickets.
really?
Yep.
Yeah, we were doing a little sponsorship
Oh my
where we were
God.
giving out some
Right.
tickets for Jacob Banks. It's like this,
And they had
artist.
to say a certain hashtag, and
Okay.
I
for
can't believe
weeks
somebody
people
did
weren't
it.
doing it, but someone finally got
Yeah,
the
like
tickets.
you have to watch the show live
Mhm.
and then drop a certain hashtag, and if you did, then you win the tickets. And somebody
Oh, wow.
actually won the tickets. I'm really happy for that. Actually,
Yeah.
I was afraid those tickets were gonna go to
It's-
waste.
Danielle
gonna
won
announce
4
the
tickets,
winner?
so we congratulate Danielle and thank you for listening to the Intern Whisperer.
Thank you, Danielle, for your time.
We will be announcing our winner of the Intern Pursuit logo contest next Wednesday, and we'll be doing our big reveal. Follow us on our social channels for the name of the winner and check out the new brand.
All right. Also, students who still want to join the startup team and the Intern Pursuit business influencer or brand ambassador should visit the following page, internpursuit.tech/careers, to check out the job description and apply to be part of our superhero team.
And we're inviting employers of all types and sizes to be part of our Early Adopter Beta program. Early Adopter employers will be accepted to participate as early adopters. Contact Isabella at internpursuit.tech for more information.
All right. So, welcome, Adina. We're happy that you're on the show. How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you. What about you?
Oh, we're doing
we're doing good.
pretty. We're missing Isabella, but we're
Yeah.
doing pretty
powering
good.
through.
Yes, we are.
I wish she was here.
Yeah. She makes the show.
She does.
Right.
believe.
That's
She's
why-
like the spirit of the show.
She
That's
sets
why
the
it's-
mood.
That's why it's named after her.
Yeah, she is
Yeah.
the intern whisperer. She can
Right.
get interns to whisper, indeed. All right, Matt,
So-
do you want to kick us off?
So where do you attend school and what is your major?
So I'm a student of UCF, University of Central Florida, and my major is advertising and public relations. The reason why I decided to choose this kind of major is that I'm not into math at all, and
Same.
I didn't want to take something that I wouldn't be able to take the responsibility of. So that's why I'm not biomed or something like that. So yeah, and I think the majors like that are really creative, and I could actually like show my ability to make this world better by promoting like good things, not just corporate stuff.
Right.
Right.
What did I say?
Yeah, I went to UCF too, actually.
And I'm
Oh,
trying.
yeah.
I'm trying to go to UCF, and I'm a film major, so I completely
Okay.
understand where you're coming from. You
Yeah.
know, like you can get a desk and work in some company, and you know, it just doesn't
Yeah.
do it for me. I like to be invested
Yeah.
in my work and take
Right.
pride in my work, and I
Right.
think jobs like that where you actually get to expand your creative mindset is always so.
Yeah,
Do
you
you go
always want to
to
expand.
Valencia or?
I'm gonna start going to UCF this summer. There's a
Oh,
little
okay.
problem with my paperwork. But
Right.
I'm going in there. I'm a transfer student though from Puerto Rico, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
And
That's
I
interesting.
came here for a year after UCF
Yeah.
to get a technical certificate in
Yeah.
film.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're both movie geeks here.
Yeah.
That's
Don't
so
even get us
cool.
started with that. We can talk about film forever. All right. So moving on. You're an international student from Almaty, and that's in Kazakhstan. Did I
Yeah.
pronounce that correctly?
Yeah.
Okay, so where exactly is that? Like
So
located?
Kazakhstan is located in Central Asia, I would say, but like in Eurasia.
Okay.
It's next to Russia and China and some other like Central Asian countries. So yeah, it's actually like on the 9th place of the biggest countries in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so I mean, most of the people can associate Kazakhstan with countries like Pakistan or Afghanistan, but it's not the same thing because in Kazakhstan we speak Russian. It was a part of USSR. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I personally I thought because of the name it was
Right.
Middle Eastern.
right. But
Yeah.
it's not like we're not close to these countries. We're more into like Russia.
You're closer to
China.
Russia, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That central.
Yeah.
More north
Right.
than you'd think.
Yeah, it's hard for me to picture that map because I know where Russia is because it's so big, but
Yeah.
everything around it,
It's like right
it's faded.
below it.
Well, China's
Okay.
right below, so it's got to be somewhere to the left.
And I keep forgetting these countries are all like in the same continent,
Yeah.
with like close proximity to one another. Not close, but they're all like connected.
Well,
Yeah,
we can
the same
just
terrain.
imagine like Russia and like China here, and Kazakhstan is like right here.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's pretty cool.
I didn't know it was the 9th largest country.
That is insane. So it's very hard to miss. We have no excuse for not knowing
Yeah,
where it is.
like-
I mean, it's okay. It's okay. Like I'm always being asked, like, when people hear my accent, they're kind of like don't understand what it's like, and they're like, "Hey, like, you look Asian, but your accent is a little bit like German or something like that." I was like, "No, it's not German. It's like more Russian, maybe." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am Asian, but I'm not like."
Oriental.
Oriental,
Yeah.
too Oriental, you know? So that's confusing, and I'm just
Yeah.
so tired of explaining it to
Yeah.
people. What is it like? But yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the same here in America. I'm not saying
Right.
USA. I'm saying the continent of
Yeah,
America.
yeah.
Where everybody that lives here is technically an American, but you know, people
Right.
only associate Americans with the United States. And
Exactly.
It's like no, people from Mexico are Americans too.
Yeah.
Whether you like to
Exactly.
admit it or
And
not.
Canada.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Whether you like to admit it or not, they are.
They
All
are. they are.
Americans.
So, what made you choose to come here to Orlando and UCF?
Why did I choose?
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually it was an accident.
It was an accident?
Really?
It was like last minute decision. I already applied to my local college, like university back in Almaty, in Kazakhstan. So it was, and I already got scholarship there. But my friend who was studying here before she said like, hey, like I'm going to US to study like in Orlando. I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. Because I was dreaming about coming to the US like for maybe 5-6 years. And then like I asked my parents like, hey, like my friend is going there to the university, so like it would be such a great idea and everything. And they said like, we cannot afford it for right now. But then like it happened that they said like, okay, like if you're gonna try to like to apply and get into there, so it's gonna be all cool. And as you can see, I'm here.
Okay, so it worked out.
Yeah, it worked out. And I'm super grateful for my parents for believing in me and investing in me, because that's why I'm trying to like get all the opportunities I can just to pay it off in the future. So, yeah.
Yeah. Much respect to all those parents out there that actually invest in their kids'
Yeah.
education.
Right.
Yeah.
It is you love them, but it's still an investment. And
Yeah. They're investing in you to do something good.
Not to go party with your frat brothers and sisters.
Oh my God.
Okay, so moving on. Tell us about your internships. What did you learn in your previous internships? Any skills that you picked up along the way?
What were your previous internships to begin with?
I think that's a better question to start off.
I had 2 internships already. First was I'm in events. It was a non-profit organization which hosted such a big event called Black and White Weekend. So this is actually for charity for children with cancer. They're organizing this event for this goal to raise up money for the children. This weekend is like in May. So if you're over 21, you can get tickets, because like it's a really cool event, and it's mostly like adults coming.
What was
there.
the event called again?
Black and White Weekend.
Black and White Weekend.
Right.
And where is this happening?
It's a Rosen Hotel, one of the Rosen hotels, like in this area.
Okay.
I just don't remember like the exact name.
Okay.
Yeah, so I attended this event myself, but as I'm like 19, I was like 18 at that time. I wasn't able to like actually get in there and like look at that and look at the environment. So I was like able to only like get into the stage for like 5 minutes and just like be in the doors checking people in. So what I learned from my first internship was that how to network more, how to like check people in, because like it's such an organizational moment of any event. And I became like less shy, maybe like more confident, because I'm really shy when it comes to some like super serious moment. I'm like, oh my God, I'm panicking and everything.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Same here.
Yep.
Yeah. So the second internship was with Isabella, Intern Pursuit. I'm very happy that I met her, because she was always into like good mood and stuff like that, because she really cared about me. Like I felt lots of love, I would say, and it's not like an exaggeration. Like she was actually thinking about.
It's not an exaggeration.
I can relate. She definitely takes an interest in
Right.
you.
Yeah.
And
Right.
not only does she want you to work for her and get what you need to do, she actually wants you to be okay, and she cares about your well-being.
Yeah, and your life.
She tries to make your stay very comfortable. That's something I've noticed since I've been here.
And I mean, I think I'm never gonna meet any like employer like that. Yeah, but I wish I was spending more time like with the team and like sharing ideas and working. But I wasn't able to do that because I got my first job in the US. It's not like that serious, but anyways, like it was my first job and I was like super into that, and I wanted to spend more time on it, and I didn't have a car to travel, so it was like a lot of problems going on. But I was trying to do something and to contribute to Intern Pursuit, so I was trying to share like all the information with my friends to promote Intern Pursuit. And also, I don't know if you saw it, but like I had an idea of like video commercials for Intern Pursuit. So like I made them. I don't think that they're like super professional, but like at least something.
I think I've heard Isabella mention them to me.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I do some editing, so she was.
I mean, sitting in front of like film majors, I'm like, it's not that good at all. Yeah, but as my major is at PR, I'm more into like advertising stuff. So I really wanted to try that out. At least I started. At least I started.
Yeah, like you started out.
Got to start somewhere.
Yeah,
I think it's a really good place to start. Just trying to, because we're not too huge, but we could definitely use some advertising. So it's like a little project somebody can pick up.
It's like more marketing.
Yeah,
yeah. So I was like part of marketing team in Intern Pursuit, and I'm really grateful for that experience because I learned a lot about the startup itself and how to work with in internship like that. I think that I needed to contribute more, but here we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, what advice would you give to other students seeking internships?
To develop time management like as much as you can and network with the people because I keep meeting people on some professional events and they're saying like, hey, if you want to come to our like a tour in our company, like you can come. They're not like offering the internship, but anyways, it's like it's a moment when you can catch up the connection and maybe to get something out of it.
Right.
So I would say, yeah, never be scared of asking something because in my culture, it's like always a shame or something like that when you're asking or like publicly commenting something. So yeah, I mean, this is what I learned by coming to the US that you can never be scared and like some people can ask like even more stupid things than I would. So like yeah,
I've heard some people ask some silly questions.
So what do you mean they can't ask? It's seen as shameful to ask questions.
You see, like it's not like a shame, but I'm just exaggerating it. But anyways, it's like it's always about public opinion. So when I was growing up, I was like my family is more modernized, but there are some people like still being super traditional and something like that. They're like always thinking about your appearance or what you do, and maybe if you would not like ask the question properly, they would think something like I don't know, like people are crazy.
Wrong with you or something like that.
Yeah, like if you I don't know if it happens like in the US countryside, but like when people have nothing to do, so they're like gossiping about each other or something like that.
Well, it's a thing happens
here.
A lot here.
Yeah.
Is that a thing there? Do they gossip a lot?
Because like even though the country is large, Kazakhstan is large, but we have only 18 million of people there. Yeah, so it's not like too many.
It's not overly populated.
Yeah, it's maybe like 2 states here or I don't know.
Oh wow, really?
Like I don't know, like an average population of the states, but anyways, like yeah. So it's so yeah. As I said, like it's not a shame, but it's a lot of narrow-minded people in Kazakhstan, I would say, but it's still developing.
Right. Yeah. Back in Puerto Rico, my hometown, I live in like the central region of the island. It's a mountain town. A lot of folk up there are still very traditional. So you know, when I went to college in the capital and picked up some habits. Yeah. And I would come back. Yeah. And people were like, "Why are you dressed like that?" Or why do you?
Exactly.
Yeah, and we have a very very atrocious accent. Not atrocious. It's a very thick accent. But when I moved to the capital, people were like, "What is that accent?" I'm like, "Oh, I got kind of ashamed, so I kind of changed it." And when I went back home, all my family members were like, "Why are you speaking like that? You're so judgy sometimes." I'm like, "Don't make me feel weird. I'm conflicted."
I don't really have the closest experience I have to that is I'm half Cuban, and like I was in Miami and I went with my mom to a Cuban restaurant and she was speaking Spanish, and then the cashier's like, why isn't he speaking Spanish? And she's like, oh, he doesn't know how to speak Spanish. And just everyone in the whole store was like, oh, he doesn't speak Spanish.
Oh my God. Yeah. And I don't speak my native language. I mean, I can understand it, but I need some time to think about the responses that I give. So it's really confusing sometimes because like my grandmother, she speaks Kazakh, but I'm like talking to her in Russian, so it's like, you know, like Kazakh and Russian, and like she understands me and I understand her, but like it's different languages anyways. Yeah. So I mean, some people still get judged by the fact that they don't speak like the native language, which is Kazakh. And I've never met this I never had this experience, but anyways, like I always heard about it, and I think it's the stupidest thing to judge the person about like the language that he or she speaks. I mean, that's weird.
Yeah, that used to happen to me a little bit back home. You know, like I said, mountain town, very narrow-minded people as well.
Yeah.
And I was like the only kid in my class that could speak English properly, and people made a lot of fun. Like they would tease me all the time. They call me gringo.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, well, joke's on you. I speak 2 languages. How many languages do you speak? Barely one. Because you have a really bad accent. I'm kidding.
It's such a ridiculous thing to make fun of something.
Oh, but
like it's a skill.
But it's so effective. I felt like a freak. I'm like, I speak 2 languages. I'm a freak.
I mean, kids are so cruel back in school. I mean, I was so happy when I graduated out of high school. So, yeah.
I remember in high school they were saying this is going to be the best time of your life, and I'm like, I sure hope not.
No.
That was like the pinnacle of my life. I was not going to live a very happy life. I'm glad that's not the case.
Yeah.
All right. So, did you actually went to college back in your country?
No. Like I applied, and like till the very last moment, like a month prior I came here, I decided to give up on it. So like I just took all the documents back and sent to UCF. So no, I don't even know like how the system works there with I think some of the universities, the one that I wanted to apply to, it was all about like American style of system, like system of education. So like same with credits and stuff like that. But when I came here, I was like, I never knew that GPA was like so important, because like when I was in school, I was like, okay, like we have grades only, not like any like average or something like that. Yeah. So when I came here, I was like, okay, like so if GPA doesn't matter, I just need to pass the class, right? So everybody was like, oh yeah, like whatever. And then when I got like my GPA in the end, I was like, oh my God, so is it like really important? And everybody kept saying like, oh yeah, it is. And I mean,
that's conflicting advice that you were given.
Yeah, right. I mean, just don't make people like confused. If you see any international student, just say like, hey, you need to study from the very first semester, or you know,
GPA is important. Yeah. Most people say it's not. Oh, GPA doesn't determine how smart you are. No, but it's still important.
It's important.
It's still important when you're like in college.
Yeah, but thankfully, like the next semester, I was like, okay, like I started working hard on like studying and everything. So just make sure that you're studying very well from the very first semester, guys.
I mean, I don't think that's like I needed a semester to adjust. Like, my first semester of grades was probably my worst set of grades out of all of college. I mean, so like even without the cultural thing, like
but anyways,
I was like getting used to college.
anyways, like the idea of getting into the college is always confusing, but anyways, like you need to start off like really good to go on with better results. So well, obviously.
I took advanced placement in high school. So that was like my first, it was like college level courses. And that was like my first introduction to college life, and it was so hard.
Oh my god!
I was like, I was taking both high school classes and then some college classes, and I was like, what is this?
No,
this is insane.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
I mean, it was tough, but I actually passed. And then when I got into college, I was like, my first semester was not too bad because of it.
Wait,
But
you didn't have to do that.
Yeah. When I was like, I'm so glad that I took college level courses in high school because it made the transition a little bit easier because it was still pretty hard. It's a very different system, and then like you go in and you open your notebook ready to take notes, and your professor's like, no, put that away, like you're listening. And I'm like, oh, so it's like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So is it like that in high school or like middle school? So is it like also you're taking like one class and you're passing it during one semester and like bye-bye? Or
I mean, we might have different answers.
Yeah, you go first though.
Oh,
I went to school in Puerto Rico, so
yeah,
we're expected to pass like every class, and like GPA is really important.
Yeah.
Like, like I worked really hard to get straight A's up until like the end of middle school, just because. Yeah, they can make each and every class important.
Yeah.
So like, just failing one class can tank your GPA.
I mean, is it like you're taking, for example, only one class of physics, like for one semester, and then like you're finishing it, like as like in college?
It depends on the class.
Yeah.
Sometimes it lasts a semester, sometimes two. Like a lot of math classes would be
a lot
like
of math
two.
classes were set up that way.
Got
At least for me, back in Puerto Rico, I don't know if that's the case here in the States, but growing up, before I got this started happening in high school where I was taking math, one type of math one semester, and then it was graded differently from the other semester. But my classes were all year round.
Yeah.
Like it was 1 year worth of
It was
physics.
like that until high school.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the concept of semesters was not introduced until high school.
Until, at least for us. So
Yeah.
like if you did really bad this semester and you had like a D back in Puerto Rico, it's like, okay, I can just raise that to like a B or something like that. And then you have
So
the
you
next
had your
semester
second
because
chance.
it's not set in stone yet.
Yeah.
But then with some classes in high school, it was just a semester, which I'm glad it's that way because then I didn't know college was like that. I thought it was like a whole year-round thing as well.
Right, me too.
Yeah,
I thought about that.
Yeah, and I was like, wait, it's per semester? Oh, no. That's not good.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, as I said before, I wasn't sure what American system of education was like. Even though I wanted to come here, I never like wanted to like make a research or something like that. I was like, okay, like when I'm gonna start, it's gonna start. So in my school, it's like the same way, but maybe there's no like choice for you or option that you need to take like either one class or another. So like there's a schedule and a set schedule for everybody. So yeah,
it was pretty much like that till high school.
Right. Yeah. And
For us.
but in the middle school, like we started having like more serious classes like physics and chemistry and history, something like that. And then like it went all the way up to graduation. So we didn't have like any choices.
Okay.
But
Okay,
I mean,
so it sounds like it's a similar experience to our earlier years where we didn't get that choice.
yeah, probably.
But you did have the concept of semesters.
We had like quarter of
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
quarters.
yeah.
I
It was like a half of a semester,
Yeah.
and then it ends. We have like break, and then like
I haven't even thought about quarters. That's like
I
bringing back memories
I
now.
never in my life taken quarter classes. It's always been either year-round or semesters
Right.
when I got into
Oh my
college.
God.
Yeah.
How does that? That seems stressful.
Well,
Like,
not-
there's so much information all
Well,
at
it's-
once. and then-
You're just graded on that quarter. The class doesn't only last the quarter.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
you're
it
graded-
doesn't
okay.
last only for a quarter. It's like
Oh, okay. I thought it
But-
lasted for just
the
a quarter.
whole
No, you're
Year.
just graded on
Oh,
both
that
quarters.
that happened
Yeah.
to me. But
Yeah.
like they just pick the grade at the
and then
end
you
of
have
the
like
second quarter.
the final grade like in the end of the whole year.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
So it's confusing, but I mean, that's one of the reasons I was like super happy that like when you're taking the class here, you can just never see it again, like in the end of the semester. So this was really, really nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But I know people that take classes just for fun. Like I know someone who's like taking a whole semester out of wine tasting
What?
at UCF.
There's a class about wine. Why have I not
UCF
heard
offers
about
a class
this?
in wine tasting.
I think
Yeah.
it's like in
She's-
Rosen College, probably.
Yeah, she's in the Rosen College.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
Wine tasting.
Yep.
I think
I
I
need to write the
heard
course
on
about
that
it
name.
too.
Yeah. You can't find it. You're a film student.
Oh.
Just getting trashed for the class, and it's for a good
I mean,
reason.
yeah. Like, why are you drinking? I'm studying.
Right.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know.
Yeah. It really blew my mind when she told me that. Yeah.
There were some silly classes. Back in Puerto Rico, there was this one class that I've always wanted to take. It was appreciating heavy metal.
Ooh.
And everything you did throughout the semester was just listen to heavy metal. And then the professor would ask you what your opinion on the song was.
Yeah.
And then you write a little bit about it, and that's it.
I had rock class, rock
Really?
music class.
Yeah, I
like,
had a friend who took a rock
here.
history of
history
rock.
of rock, and I was like super excited for it because I was listening to rock for maybe 7 years now.
Rock is the best.
Yeah, and it was like super interesting, but as it was online class, I was like, okay, like I know everything. So it was when you are forced to study, like when you have like a class at certain time and you need to go to the classroom, it's much more organized work.
Right.
So
I
like,
always really prefer
that.
that.
I've
Yeah.
never taken an online class. I don't think I really want to. I may have to.
Yeah.
I took so many online classes at UCF.
I mean, it's not making any sense. I'm not studying anything with online classes.
I feel like making you go to class, it helps me study, because if they're like, oh, you don't have to come, I'm like, then I don't have to study. You know, it's like, that's the way I see it, at least.
Yeah,
for
right.
me.
Well, only if you can see like the schedule on your calendar, maybe. But you're gonna finish the assignment, and then it's nothing.
You're not gonna learn anything.
It's kind of an introduction to the real world where you have to. Well, that's more structured too, having a job. So, yeah, it is weird.
It is really weird. Some people like it though.
Yeah.
All right, so on to great leaders that inspire you. What are some of your biggest influences or, model
Role
characters?
models. They can be living, they can be dead, they can be fictional, non-fictional.
Can be an author, a character in a book. Someone you look up to, mostly, yeah.
Well, of course, like obviously my parents are the people that I'm looking up to, as well as in the meaning of like being a person that they are, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're always like, how to say that? I just forgot that word in English. They're always making their children like really happy. I have like 2 more little sisters, and they're trying the best to like give everything to us.
Provide, I think.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing that I am looking up to. So like in the future, I would be able to, as I said before, to give a lot to them, and But as like influencers and maybe like public figures, I would say it would be makeup guru. His name is Jeffree Star. So he established his own cosmetics line. I know it's not really interesting for the guys, but
Sounds interesting.
yeah, I mean, he's really being mean and everything. He's like wearing all Gucci and I don't know, like
He's very extra, very
very
fab.
extra, very like unusual, but extraordinary. And I mean, the thing that I like about him is that he's not being fake, and he's not afraid to like say mean things on the camera and reviewing stuff of others people, and to say like, hey, like this is not good and everything like
he's
that.
honest. He's brutally honest.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, so and his lifestyle, I mean, being like able to buy stuff and everything, I mean, this is what I'm aiming to, like to establish myself as a personality that can afford anything, to not only for myself, but for my family.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Right.
what I'm thinking about first. Yeah, and what I wanted to say is that, the difference between the people and like public figures, I would say, is that some of them can be like super nice on the camera, but be like absolutely horrible in
outside,
life.
and vice versa.
Yeah, and
Politics.
I just want to give an example. Once there was a meeting in Disney Springs, and there was a guy like makeup guru that I really liked. But after this meeting, I was like, oh my god, like it's not the way that I expected him to be, because he was only smiling and being really cute only when the camera was on. So and the people needed to buy the bracelets to actually get a picture with him, and I was like, okay, like why do you do that? Like why do you organize events like that if you are not able to like spread love to everybody? Like don't do that.
It's for the
Yeah.
money. They do it for the
like,
money.
Why do people do that? Like if you're saying that this is a fan meeting, so like do
You
it for
engage with
all
your
the
fans.
fans.
Yeah.
Don't make them buy the bracelets. Like I don't know, it's insane for me.
Yeah.
I've never been to like a sci-fi fan convention
Yeah.
and stuff, but you have to pay like $100 to take a picture with a
Yeah.
celebrity, and
Yeah.
I've
then
been
more
to-
money on top of that to get a
That's just
signature.
crazy.
And
Yeah, I've been
it's
to
just-
I've been to Comic Con like in Puerto Rico, not like the San Diego Comic Con. But I went
Okay.
to Comic Con and there was like this guy from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys watch Game of Thrones.
you know I do.
didn't, but
Yeah, well, it's like one of the actors from Game of Thrones. And
is it Jason Momoa or
No.
Okay,
no.
no.
It was
Who was
his name
it?
is Alfie Allen, I think it is. He plays
Theon.
Theon.
Theon
Greyjoy. Yeah.
That's a pretty significant character.
Yeah, he is. And I was super excited to meet him, because he's a pretty good actor.
What's his name again?
His name is Alfie Allen, I think.
Alfie
That's his
Allen.
real
Yeah.
name, and
Okay.
I think I could be butchering it.
Right.
But he charged, like, my friend was the one who paid for, like, everything. He paid for, like, taking pictures with everyone that went there. He spent it.
Yeah.
He spent a fortune. And he was like, just let's go take a picture together.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, cool. And when we went to meet him, he was so full of hate.
Oh my god.
He was full of
He
hate.
was super tired. Like, he looked like he did not want to be there at all.
Mm-hmm.
He was very mean. I was like, oh, hey, man, I'm a big fan of the show. And he was like, yeah. I'm like, really? Like, I'm a fan. And then you just went like, yeah, sure, let's take a picture. Yeah, hi, okay, bye. And I'm like, oh, wow.
I mean, I think people need to be professional in this case, because if you already know that you are gonna be taking pictures and everything like that, like you need to, I don't know, like sleep for
Yeah.
the day
Yeah.
before.
Maybe not get hammered
Yeah,
the night before.
yeah. Exactly. I mean, it's the thing that makes me like so sad about like public figures and stars. I mean, all of them are just humans, just like us. But anyways, like you can be more polite.
And you also have like a huge array of people who
Yeah.
admire you and admire the things
Yeah.
that you're working on.
Yeah.
And that deserves at least some respect.
Yeah.
When they're like paying a bunch of money to at least
Right.
take a
To
picture
see
with
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't treat them like
Mm-hmm.
they're not worth anything, It's mean.
yeah, I agree.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting that you brought that up.
Well,
Okay,
we
cool.
already answered our Wild Card Wednesday topic.
Well, we did. Okay, so where are we on time though?
We're at 6:40,
Oh.
so we can
We can
do
go
our
ahead
second
and-
patron, and
Our
then
second
we'll
patron, I have to remember that it's patrons now.
patrons. We used a
All right.
different
What is
word
it?
before.
Yeah, we use sponsor, but we can't use it anymore.
Oh, okay.
All right. So our second Patreon for the night is Simplicity Solutions Group. Simplicity Solutions Group specializes in web design, development, hybrid mobile, and custom web apps built on proprietary application framework. They help business thrive in the digital age, from web design to record management software. Their website is simplicitysolutionsgroup.com. Thank you, Simplicity Solutions Group, for being a patron of the Intern Whisperer Live.
Okay, so for the first time ever, we have to resort to our backup questions.
Really?
Yep, it's never happened on a show before.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we have a little
We have-
list of random questions so we can stretch the show just a little bit more before we close it.
Mm-hmm.
Give our viewers a little bit more time to appreciate it. We don't want to leave them wanting more. So we have some interesting questions here.
Not about the color.
No. This one's a good one. We're movie buffs, so what's your favorite movie quote?
Oh my god, that's such an unexpected question. This is like one of the questions that when you are asking and like
You block is
you're kind of blocked. The quote. No, I have no
nothing.
idea.
Oh, it's fine. We can move on to another question.
Yeah, we can.
What is your favorite quote? if
Mine is
anything?
from Gone with the Wind.
Oh, Here's Looking at
And
You,
is
Kid.
no,
No, that's Casablanca.
that's
Oh my God.
Casablanca. This is it's as God is my witness, I will never go hungry again.
Yeah.
And then that's when they had like intermissions in
Mhm.
movies because it's 4 hours long.
Yeah.
And that's how it ends. The first
intermission.
the first half of the movie.
All right. I think my favorite quote is way too vulgar to say on the show. It's
Yeah,
from
we're a
Quentin
family
Tarantino
show.
movie. So, I like Big Kahuna Burger. Yeah, that's fun. The Big Kahuna Burger scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's- Okay, let's see what else.
Who is your favorite superhero?
Thor.
Thor?
Yeah.
You didn't have to think very hard
Yeah,
on
that was.
that.
Is it because of Chris Hemsworth,
Or because of Thor.
or because he's powerful and a god and cool?
I
Or
think
both.
both.
Okay.
I think both because if Thor wasn't played by Chris Hemsworth, I think it would be
Pretty
like
bad.
it
Oh.
would be like a really powerful character as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, Chris Hemsworth is making it like even better.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think he's doing a great job.
He's really good. I
Yeah.
like him a lot.
Yeah,
What
he's-
about you,
his,
guys?
Like now that he gets to be comedic and stuff, like
Oh yeah.
Oh, my favorite superhero. It's a tie between Spider-Man and Daredevil.
mine is Spider-Man. It's always been Spider-Man
Yeah.
ever since I was a
Too.
little kid.
For me, it's always been Spider-Man. Like in terms of like how cool he is. You know, I wish I had his powers, but then I admire Daredevil because he has like no powers,
Yeah.
and he still goes out there and it's like, okay, whatever comes my way, hey, I'll fight it. By the way, I don't have any powers, and one of my senses doesn't work. So
Right.
what's up?
He
I'll
has-
still fight you.
He has powers.
He has like super hearing.
He
and
is like
that's it.
superhero.
But
and he
he
could like
can't see anything.
he can like dodge a bullet because he can hear it coming. Like,
I know.
that's a
Yeah, well,
power.
sure, but it's not like something amazing.
No, it's not.
And there's
It's
no
not
way he can
flashy.
dodge, yeah,
like
there's no way he can
Spider-Man.
dodge a bullet. Like he'll hear it and be like, he won't be able to move as fast as a bullet.
I don't know.
He's been shot a couple times already. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What's your favorite hobby?
Watching trashy videos on YouTube.
Oh.
No, my favorite hobby, I think makeup, as any girl.
Okay. Yeah. My sister's a lot into makeup. She watches a lot of tutorials.
Right.
I know
And
those are huge.
Yeah,
on
I know.
YouTube.
And at
like their
first-
viewerships are in the
When,
millions.
when I was
Yeah.
younger, I was like, oh, please, what a girl, makeup, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day, I think she asked me like, hey, can I like practice with like your face? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then like she was so good and so precise, especially with like the
Oh
eyeliner.
my god.
And I looked at her, I was like, this is like slick.
Yeah.
And then I know how to draw, and I don't think I'll ever be able to be like
It's
that
just-
precise with that.
Some of it's amazing.
It is,
and
like,
it takes a lot of
Especially
skill.
those, I've seen those videos from like where these Asian ladies are like they don't have any makeup on, or they have makeup on
Oh,
and then
yeah,
they take
right,
it off, and it's
right.
like a completely
Yeah.
different person. I'm like, how?
Oh my god,
It's
like-
crazy.
it's scary. Like older men can be just
It's entrapment. I go out
Yeah.
one night and I'm like, oh, look at her, she's pretty, and then the next morning she takes off the makeup. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm kidding though. That's me.
Men can do it with beards, so
So watching makeup-
exactly. Yeah. Sometimes I'm just looking at the guys and I'm saying like, oh, he can be like really cute because of the beard, and they can never.
and then they shave it.
Yeah, and then they shave it. I'm like, okay, well, it's not what I imagined.
Yeah, I can't rock a beard. I've tried, and it's like, no, I don't
It
know.
makes me look older, so I'm like, okay, I'm
Don't
liking the
do
younger age.
Don't do it.
The beard.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
mean, it's such a mainstream now, so
Yeah.
I think you have to keep.
I told
something
myself
more
I might do it
original.
when it's cold, but It's not getting cold.
I mean, I don't know. I don't.
Well,
some people
you got
can-
the wrong
yeah.
state.
Some people look really good,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
there's people like me who look like I'm a homeless person. So no,
Well, if you care about it.
Yeah, you have to
I
maintain
don't even.
it.
Yeah, I don't even care about my hair, let alone my facial hair. So it's
Okay.
like, no.
Okay, I see.
No, like I've done the thing where you have to trim under the neck and everything.
Oh
and
my god. Are
when
you shaving
when
like
you have
every
a beard,
day?
like
I shave like once a week and a half or something. Mine doesn't grow as fast.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I probably have to shave like if I want to stay clean shaven, I would have to shave like 3 times a week.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. All right, so one more before we close it out.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Actually, do you want to ask us a question? Maybe I feel like we're all shooting that
Yeah.
way.
Do you want to ask
you
us
wanna,
anything?
Pick your question next.
Yeah.
From all these little quirky ones, do a little different.
Oh. Who is your favorite cartoon character?
Oh,
Homer Simpson.
Oh
that's
my
a good
god.
one. You don't even
That's
have to think
so
about that
relatable.
one. Man, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
He was
Okay.
He was super. When I was a kid, just watching him go, like he was always super scared of everything. Like he was always about to go into cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yet he would find the courage to fight these monsters. Like that is a cool dog. I wanted to like if I ever had like a dog that looked like him, I wanted to name him Courage.
I just like Homer because he's funny.
Homer
like
is incredible.
literally just the sound
Yeah.
of his voice is funny.
Yeah,
He
the
has
thi-
a funny voice.
The thing is that I grew up in Puerto Rico and I can only watch The Simpsons in Spanish, like the dubbed
Oh,
version. Like his voice,
that's so
even
weird to
funnier.
me.
No, even funnier.
I can't believe that
Iconic.
because like
Dude, no, trust me, like it doesn't compare. At least for me, it's a nostalgia thing. But I can't watch The Simpsons in
my
English. It doesn't sound like The Simpsons to me.
no, it,
I was watching SpongeBob for this spring, winter break. I'm sorry, like almost every day.
SpongeBob
And
is great.
I've been watching
was
some
like-
SpongeBob lately.
really, so I mean, I was like really into like life experience because all the scenarios are so relatable and used in life experience. So sometimes me and my friends were like, "Oh my god, this is how it in SpongeBob it happened." Like some situation in life, and like it happened so many times, and I'm just shocked how relatable it can
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, and then
Yes.
with all the SpongeBob memes, he's like the best meme ever. Like
Yeah.
the SpongeBob meme is the best meme in the end.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
And like it's
that's-
like super funny. Like I grew up
100%.
watching SpongeBob. Even now, like to this day, it's still kind of funny.
I
yeah.
didn't
It's
realize that
going back
Patrick
and
is like so like can be such a bad friend and everything. I was like, he's
Yeah.
stupid, but in some
some episodes he's
Point?
smarter than
Yeah,
SpongeBob. Sometimes
yeah.
he's stupider. It never stays
Yeah.
consistent. But that's part of what's
That's
funny.
confusing.
Cartoon logic. It's cartoon
Yeah.
logic. you
yeah.
know?
Oh,
So-
Yeah, right. Oh, can we then? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to close the show real quick. Okay. Should we do shout outs?
We have to do our.
Oh, you go ahead.
Oh. We want to thank Valencia College, East Campus, for their state-of-the-art social broadcasting studio. They have a great atmosphere, knowledgeable staff. Q, thank you as always.
Thank you, Q. He's the
Fan-
station manager here.
Yeah.
He's great. He's really cool.
And easy equipment to use
Yeah,
right
it
here at our
is.
fingertips.
I learned how to use it in a day.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So we'll do our shout-outs.
All right.
I'm going to shout out to my friend who's moving in 2 days to Montana.
oh my god.
Safe travels.
Yeah, she's going far, yeah.
That's is it far?
Montana,
yeah,
it's really
it's
fun.
pretty far.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And north.
And cold.
Cold.
Yeah. Oh, that's it?
Yep.
All right. Well, as always, a quick shout out to my friends and my family, and a shout out to you. Thank you for being on the show tonight.
Thank you so much for having me, and shout out to you guys. I'm enjoyed being here. So yeah, thank you.
All right, cool.
All right. Well, as we
That's
close
a wrap.
as we close the show, we want to thank you for listening.